This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is the mixtape with K, Diesel, and Zap. This is the mixtape. We got kicks in the bag. This is the mixtape. Live at 8:05. This is the mixtape. Yeah, the mixtape. This is the mixtape with K, Diesel, and Zap. This is the mixtape. We got kicks in the bag. This is the mixtape. Live at 8:05. This is the mixtape. Yeah, the mixtape.
And you don't stop.
And you don't quit.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Mixtape Podcast. We are back. It's been a while.
I'm not internationally known.
I am your boy K Diesel.
Your boy DJ Zap, give out good material, not scrap.
Yeah, what he said. And we are joined by Sarah
Jackson.
Sarah Jackson. For real. All right. Just having a little fun before the show. You missed it because we didn't air it. Taking the little edge off. Little comic relief, I guess.
Close.
You are. You have hogging all the camera.
Let's try that again.
He's like, I want everybody to see this forehead.
I'm like, who's that guy with the big forehead? It's me.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Mixtape Podcast. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. If this is not your first time, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Carter.
Shout out to that person in England be listening.
And a big, maybe we shouldn't say nothing.
No?
About the a-hole that unsubscribed.
Oh, yeah. So on the right under the description, there's a subscribe button. You want to hit that and subscribe to the Mixtape Podcast if you're not already subscribed. We noticed someone unsubscribed.
How dare you?
Our first unsubscriber.
We're going to find you. We're going to track this down.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll look at the analytics and
we know things.
Figure
I know
it out.
people.
We know people.
Nah, just kidding. If it's not your cup of tea, we get it.
Yeah.
But thank you to everybody that has subscribed. We did pass 100. That was a small goal for us. Now we're going for 1,000.
No, we're going for 1,000.
Next.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is the Mixtape Podcast, and we do have our special guest Sarah Jackson in the house. How you doing, Sarah? How are you? Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. Just we haven't been on. We skipped last week. Why is that, Zap?
We skipped last week.
Because somebody got home late from Vegas.
Oh yeah. That's why.
So what?
Got home late from Vegas.
It already seems a long time ago, doesn't it?
It feels like forever. I need to go back.
Right? Everybody says that. Everyone's going to Vegas right now. Hella jealous because I ain't going nowhere.
Need to go back.
I went to Old Orchid.
Right. People calling me from Coachella.
I got as
Orchid.
far as Rancho Napomo.
From Rancho Napomo to the A. Oh, the O. The O.
Oh man.
O-Town.
Yeah. No. So how was Vegas?
It was all basketball, man. It was all basketball. It was a whole basketball weekend. I hardly got to gamble. It was cool. I went to the Fremont. Check that out. That was. It's been a long while since I've been there, so that was cool. Fremont was cool. Downtown was super packed. My daughter says, "What are all these people in line for?" I'm like, "To see DJs, honey. That's what they're here for. To see the DJs." But I said, "It's Caesars. They're all here to dance." She's like, it's almost 1 a.m. They're barely getting in. I'm like, unlike DJs who are already inside, honey.
Right.
Remember that. Little dress in the cold or inside warm with the beer.
Right.
The DJ. No, just-
Crazy. It's pretty insane, like that. The way that time just disappears
yeah,
in
man.
Vegas.
No
Next
cl-
thing you're
no
not
clocks.
you're not aware of what's going on. You're like, they're kicking us out. Why? I don't know. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Oh well, let's just go to this place down the street.
it's still open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the day we were there. BTS, the pop group BTS, was in concert there in Vegas. So it was BTS Army everywhere. you
That's a K-pop.
The K-pop, man.
Right.
In case we need to start a K-pop channel because apparently millions and millions and millions and millions.
It's a huge trend.
Yeah, man.
I don't, I don't know. It kind of, it's a mix of like old pop, like traditional values, and then new technology to bring us there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
you got all that stuff. Right? I mean,
Right? So you have like a high modern technology, high digital recording, everything to make it crazy. And then they went back and tried to get like late 80s
like the
pop and kind of bring that spirit or soul into it with the
it's like the
I don't
Korean New Edition, Korean
right
Jackson
you know
5.
what I mean? It's
That-
kind of crazy. I it's been years now. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I saw this boy band group or whatever, and it was like 19 guys in it.
Yeah.
Like they had to break the video up into like groups of like 5 and 6, and this is how they I ended up reading about them. This is how they would perform on stage. It was all one group, but because there were so many of them,
Oh
that
wow.
they could only have so many of them on stage. But I mean, they all had slightly different hairstyles. Of like, one was blonde like over here, and then one was.
And that's has to be on purpose because there's the girl that's like, I like the one with the blonde hair. I like the one with the red hair.
The one with the blue bangs.
What's your favorite color? My favorite color is baby blue.
Right.
What's your favorite color? I like black. I wear black all the time. That's all I do. You know what I mean?
He's the moody one.
He's the moody one. Yeah.
So they took that essence and then it's all updated, and it's pretty
Right.
wild. I see the same thing happening with funk, the old school sound that we love and grew up with, and was even slightly before a time that came into it. You know what I mean? I see that happening again now. There's producers out there that are doing it. People
Yeah.
like Dominator. Like I was,
Yeah.
listening to his album the other day, and he had that going, and I was like, he's fitting right in line with all these other producers.
With what's going on.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it, and it's like that old school sound, but with new technology, and it sounds fresh and it sounds cool, and and these guys are getting together like what's his face, Diamond Ortiz and DeBuel and
Yeah, it sounds cleaner.
No facts.
It sounds cleaner. It's just that sometimes, I mean, I know when we had Dominator on the show, he was talking about, but you still like that like analog piece. It's just that the analog piece sometimes takes. Now you can hit a button, kind of have like that analog feel, or do a lot of the things where before it was like, I want the analog piece, but I don't want the work that goes into.
True.
Creating that analog sound is wow. That's a lot of work nowadays.
And we've seen like files where they have like the hiss and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
That hiss that we had before we started? Everyone's trying to copy that.
Right? That little record, the little
the bacon.
divot on the
Yep.
wasn't quite the skip that you wanted, but it was enough you could hear just that crackle, just that. So,
Yeah.
crazy. Anyways, so Vegas, you did your thing, came back. He was exhausted, so I said, "All right, let's pass.
Let's take a
Let's
week
give
off.
another week." But what a week it's been. All kinds of drama in Hollywood and all that. And we don't really touch on it. We sometimes do. Try not to let it overtake us. But unfortunately, one of the things that happened today is the passing of K. Slay, DJ K. Slay, the drama king.
Right.
And, we had to touch on that. I went back. I didn't know that he was Dez from Style Wars.
Yes,
Remember the movie
he
Style
was
Wars?
like
The
16.
graffiti movie. He was young, and they had him interviewed on there, and it was just like,
Right. I think that's what he used to throw up on the
DEZ.
DZ.
So and that's a famous picture of him too. That
Right. Let me pull that one up. We got one more time.
That's like,
For those of you watching and not just tuning in.
And so I pulled that one because accolades. I didn't know this. He just recently, 2021, before he
Got ill or whatever.
before he got ill, before he had caught COVID, he put out this album. It's like the longest posse cut.
Yes.
Rolling 110.
Right.
110 rappers
And I heard he had 200.
on one song.
Right. I saw the guy
It's
from
40 minutes long.
I saw the guy from Fushnik and said that he said he had the best verse or something like that on it. And I
The
was
best verse that didn't get on.
I don't think it got it. That was for the remix.
I had the hottest track, man.
Yeah.
The hottest 8. They didn't put it on, but it's. Speaking of things that didn't get on, Snoop Dogg just recently confirmed that Nas was supposed to be on All Eyes on Me with Tupac.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had originally said it. He was in a interview with what's the podcast with Nori?
Mixtape Podcast 805? No, Drink Champs.
Drink Champs. Right? And they have Snoop Dogg
The
on,
Miami
and
equivalent to the Mixtape Podcast.
And he said that Nas was supposed to be on something else. I forget what song it was supposed to be, but
Right.
And then Daz came on like a week later and said it wasn't that. It was All Eyes on Me.
Oh, okay.
I was tripping out, and it's kind of weird because they had beef before Tupac passed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like so just kind of weird. But he also said that Inspector Deck was supposed to be on, and his verse got cut, and then Lady of Rage requested that her verse get taken out.
No, where is Lady of Rage? We gotta find her and we'll interview her. Right here.
We missed them Afro Puffs.
Rage. All right.
All this going on has nothing to do with Sarah.
No. She's just sitting here listening to us like, is this what you call me here for? No, that's not what we called you here for. That's just, we do that intro so we could get our guests comfortable and hopefully they drink before they get started and then we get.
Then they grill you.
Then
Just trying to catch up. It's like I said, it feels like forever, but
Yeah.
We caught it proper on Saturday. Zap did his backyard boogie thing.
Backyard
at
boogie.
Cheeto Bar.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I'll be there this cold. No, I'll be there this Saturday. I'll be there Friday inside for the inside Espanol a bit more, but reggaeton.
This
all
Friday.
That side. This Friday, and then Saturday I'll be in the backyard boogie again.
Okay.
And Vega will be in the back on Friday, so
All right.
it's pretty much, yeah, it'll be good.
Okay.
Join us.
Interesting.
So 2 DJs?
Yeah.
2 DJs.
One outside in the patio, and then one inside.
They couldn't find enough DJs to play Sally That Girl, one in the front and one in the back. So no matter what, you're going to hear that song that night. I'm going to tell you right now. Twice.
Wow.
Played on repeat.
I liked it. It was a good night. It was a fun night.
It was fun.
Yeah, so make sure you check DJ Zap out then Wednesday.
And No, Friday, Saturday, but Wednesday I heard you're playing that smooth mellow R&B. Is that right?
Slow down, Kevin. Slow down,
Is
James.
that right? Is that right?
I don't know if it'll be smooth
Smooth
or mellow,
mellow
but it will be R&B.
R&B.
And happens to be on 420, so
420 blaze it.
Yeah, it's gonna be smooth.
I didn't
Sure.
say it. I didn't say
Blaze.
Oh, this guy is killing me. All right.
You know, you picture that one guy on the radio.
And
that
you
he's
know
like,
where you'll be
blaze it.
Wednesday.
I'll be doing my Wednesday karaoke. Blaze
At the Swiss.
at the Swiss.
Swiss.
And chances are you might see Sarah there.
Yeah,
Chances are she will be there.
chances are she will be there. Shout out to Swiss Bar.
They open. I haven't eaten there yet, but I'm seeing everyone's pictures. They're open.
Bro,
Food looks bomb.
I haven't had it. I haven't had it. I should have been one of the first people. We're there through pandemic. Me and Sarah right there. We were there through pandemic. Loyal to the soil right there. And we saw it being built, and I said, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to have the first day you open, because I should be the first one eating. No, I haven't even tried it yet.
I tried yesterday. I called to see if they were open or something. They weren't.
Oh no,
No.
Easter.
Yeah.
Of all days, you gonna call him?
I needed some place that was open. I didn't get to go see family, so I didn't do nothing. I just chilled. I've been ignoring my baby, so today I got her a oil change.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You got the oil out.
It's
Got
got
the
a
oil
lot of
out.
miles.
Got a lot of miles on it.
400,000. Over 400,000.
Yeah, it's a Toyota. That thing
Yeah.
gonna keep going.
I know. So I gotta be right. Can't just be driving to Santa Barbara all day.
Yeah. Your vehicle's a she, right?
Sure, whatever.
I know. Come on.
It was for this story.
What's her name? What's her name? Say her name.
I don't have a name for her. I'm not that much of an enthusiast. He gets me from point A to point B, then to C, and then somehow
On occasion.
I make it home.
Yeah. And sometimes to pick me up early morning and take me to
Sometimes-
my vehicle. Thank you very much, sir.
Sometimes I swear it was on autopilot. Like, I do not know how I got home.
Kit from Night Rider.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But yeah, Wednesdays, that's where you'll find our friend Sarah chilling, chopping it up, singing. And I guess we should let you tell your story
Right.
and let you introduce yourself.
My name is Sarah Jackson. I have no story.
You had no story?
I have no story. That is the story.
Sarah, where are you from?
No, I'm originally from Oxnard, California. Give it up.
Okay, the
Oxnard.
Ox
Oxnard.
is in the
Oxnard.
house. 805, 805 Feezy for cheese.
Born and raised in Oxnard. Traveled down here a couple of years ago, many moons ago.
Uh-huh.
Just, laid roots and been down here in Santa Maria. I feel like I'm a native Santa Marian now. I've been here so long that I feel like I'm from here. So
I concur with that.
Yeah.
I moved here in 2004, and people say, where you from? I just Santa Maria. It's not originally from Santa Barbara. Oh, stupid. Like,
I'm at the table with
I
the
love-
two
I-
people
listen.
that
by way
I
of
love
San Ynez.
Santa Barbara. Always. Always. That's my heart. But, like, it's just, I'm from here. You know what I mean? Just say it. People think I grew up here, which is funny. Like, I just got invited to, you knew you grew up in Santa Maria if.
Oh,
and I'm like,
you're like,
I didn't grow up here, though. I just heard people talking about, I guess there was a different movie theater at the mall before.
the UA theater was at the mall upstairs before.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard people talking about that, and I was like, they were like, hey, you remember? And I was like, no.
It was right next to there used to be a pizza place right next to it.
See? You knew he grew up in Santa
You
Maria.
know I grew up in Santa
Born
Maria.
and raised.
Santa Maria, born and raised.
Shout out to all the people that were born and raised in Santa.
Santa.
We love you.
Some guy in Japan's like, we're in Santa Maria right now. He's looking us up on Google Earth or whatever.
Man, you have to, because anybody from not in the 805, you tell them Santa Maria and they're like, where?
Yeah. You have to say where where the Michael Jackson trial was. or
Yeah,
Michael
but
Jackson. You gotta
sometimes
add that.
sometimes people don't even know that.
no
There's a
more.
generation growing up that doesn't know who Michael
And
Jackson
and there grew a
growing
genera-
up that don't know nothing.
And there grew a generation that did not know about Michael Jackson.
Their parents is unfit. They don't know old school music or nothing.
And you know, shout out to those that still play old school and their kids grow up loving it, and you know what I mean. That always amazes me when I work with some people that are kind of young, and when they play music, it'll be like, who taught you this? Like, this is my stuff right here. Oh, come on, Keeks. Like, you know. So I give props to those that still keep that music alive. But there's a lot of people that don't know who people are. There's a lot of people that don't know who Tupac is. You know what I mean? Like, Snoop is relevant because he's still, you know, making news, making headlines, and
Right.
doing his stuff. But there's a lot of people that we grew up with that are just like already forgotten. There's a lot of people that were before us in the generation, and you know, I'm like, who's this? Like for instance, mind blown, and I should have known this, but Benny King did funk music, like some dope songs. Like I know as him as Stand By Me guy.
Yeah, but that was that classic top 40.
Right.
Top stuff
No,
that
but he had some
bangers,
yeah. And I'm like, Benny King, and then I started looking through my files. I got, you know, I'm thinking I got all kinds of old school music, and I'm looking through and nothing. I didn't even have Stand By Me.
You have that 1977 Benny King album that came out.
I did it, and I was shocked. I was surprised. I was like, he's got some heat. That's going in my rare funk.
Going in the rare. This is where I keep my good rare funk records. Right there next to the Marvin Gaye divorce album. Sarah Jackson. Let's get to Sarah Jackson.
So, out of Oxnard, you're now here, and you have sang with multiple groups.
No, not multiple groups. Just,
No?
you know,
A few?
I have some background with stepping out and, you know, filling in for different
Mhm.
groups within on the Central Coast.
Do you get a lot of calls for that?
For stepping out or?
No, to fill in, like to,
Sometimes I do.
yeah.
Sometimes I do.
I get that feeling a lot. Like you go see different bands and you're kind of like, hey, isn't that the guy that he was in that other band?
Yeah, he was
You know?
playing drummer. I seen somebody. They're playing. Well, I think it was. They're playing drums. Then I went to a gig like the next day, and it was a different band, and they're playing drums again. I was like, sound good.
I think that happens a lot in this area. I don't know if that's.
No, it's huge. The love and musicianship around here, it's nuts. I mean, the community, musicians community is huge. So if you know somebody who knows somebody, and you're need a bass player or a drummer or keyboardist or something like that, you just start going through your phone tree, so to speak.
Yeah.
Just connecting with people, and they say yay, you say a price, they say yes, you send them the music. You have a couple of practices if you have time. If not, you send them the music. And
We
they
need
just
to-
read it.
We need to get this mic closer. Brandy
No.
just said, turn her up.
Yeah,
She is leaning back.
Brand new's like,
She's-
yeah. Are people watching? They tell us, hey, turn her up.
Lean back.
Thank you, Lou.
We could hear Zap and Kiko loud and clear, but
All breathing.
It's their show. You're supposed to hear them.
Zap and Kiko Egyptian lover.
This is why she's on the show. This is
Why
why
she's
you're on
on
the show. You know exactly what's going
Yeah,
on. No, but yeah, you do see that. A lot of love and camaraderie around here.
It's there's not a lot of, I mean, of course there's haters everywhere you go, but when it comes to, a band needing someone to kind of step up, step in, you make the right calls to the right people, you don't have to worry about it.
They got the love, right? And I see that.
Mad love on the Central Coast when it comes to musicianship.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get to the bottom of Sarah Jackson and what's going on. So let's start at the beginning, right?
Right.
We'll throw out the easy questions. These are the lob questions, because I know there's people watching that or listening in that are going to say, you didn't ask her how she started singing. Well, here we go. Tell us how you started singing, because I know.
So you doing the real interview.
I do the real interview. Then we'll get to the talking part in the middle of all this. But if I don't ask, then people will say, well, you never asked her about singing. You never asked, tell us.
So, my family, my brother is a pastor, and my other brother was a minister of music. So I started singing in church.
All right.
Here in Santa Maria, honestly, Mount Zion Church of God in Christ. So my brother used to speak there all the time, and my middle brother would play keys there. So he was the minister of music. So he conducted the choir.
Yeah.
So
Pastor Ford.
Pastor Ford.
See, I'm from Santa Maria.
God bless him. May he rest
Mount Zion,
in peace.
Kojic.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like, Kojic, come on.
I know.
Get it in.
Yeah.
So, he asked me if I, would join the choir, and I was like, yeah, sure. And of course, I'm trying to be back where the tenors are, because I'm like, I can't sing. And he's just like, no, you need to be up here, with the altos or whatever. I'm like, okay. And so I just sang and just never thought anything of it. So, and then I, put the choir, of course, and then, I was at work with, I used to be a preschool teacher, and so these kids was driving us crazy, and we just had a hard day. And this was back in the day when Coachman was on Broadway. And and DJ Roger was the karaoke DJ there. So we went over there for cocktails, and we stayed a little longer than we should. And so Roger's bringing out, this equipment and these books, and we're like, what the heck is this? And he was like, it's karaoke.
Right.
What is karaoke? So we just kind of flipped through and, found a song, and me and a coworker was like, oh, let's do this song, which was Boogie Oogie. So we get up and we do Boogie Oogie Oogie, and people clapped. And I was like, you got to be kidding. Y'all I was like, everybody drunk. They got to be drunk. They over here clapping. So after that, I got bit by the karaoke bug, and from that point on, I just kept going to karaoke and singing, and then one time I had I think it was what was his name? No, it was Karina Fuentes. Shout out to you, Karina, if you watching. She was saying that Stepping Out needed a female singer, and so I kept missing Mike. Like, we were supposed to meet here or there or whatever, and I kept missing him. So of course I was at karaoke at the Moose Lodge, and he walked in and he said, sing this song, and this song. So I sang them, and he was like in the back with his phone up like this, and I'm like, what is he doing? He had it on speakerphone, letting the other member of the band, which was Junior Wanich, the guitarist, listen to me sing. And so after that, I was with Stepping Out for like 7 years, and then my brother and my sister came down from LA, and they moved down here, and my brother Solo, God rest his soul, and he was like, anytime you want to start a family band, sis, and I was like, all right, let's start a family band. So I left Stepping Out, and then joined and created All For Real, which was myself, Solo, Mr. Feelgood, God rest his soul, and my sister April, and my little brother Bam. So from that point on, we did All For Real. So we just started singing together and trying to do B-side random songs that nobody really played on the Central Coast, and it seemed like people liked it. People were coming to shows, and we were getting booked and stuff. And then, of course, the tragic death of Mr. Feelgood, who died of cancer, and then 6 months ago, the tragic death of my brother Solo. So right now, All For Real is no longer. because we lost a lot of important band members. So that's my story so far. So right now I'm just chilling and not sure what direction I'm gonna go. Do some solo stuff, or do some solo stuff with you. We need to talk later because I talked to somebody last night and they want to kind of book. I'm just saying we got money coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going on so far for me. Music wise, I love singing, love karaoke, and we gonna do a song later, right? We gonna do that song, right?
No, we're not. I don't know. This happens every Wednesday. This is why.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. When I go. But you are a super supporter, and you did get me out to sing.
Yeah. And you sound great. I'm telling you right now. We're our own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to certain things that that we do or we think we don't do well, or we're our own worst critic. But you was doing it.
I'm in the shower singer. Like I could do this. I could do this in front of hundreds of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say thousands. I don't think I've ever done a couple thousand. I hosted a couple times at a Pozo. So
It's almost the anniversary of that. So yeah.
I'm just saying. I've done that, no problem. But singing,
come on.
I can't.
Come on.
I'm a shower singer.
I have seen Kiko sing at least 10 times. At least 10 times. I'm going to be honest. Most people haven't heard him sing. I witnessed Sarah and Kiko do
and
their
that's
duet.
because he did.
Yes.
That's because he did our Christmas parties, too, though. our Rancho's Christmas parties. He's done a few. Where
I know Kiko's go-to.
No, you don't, because you keep putting. He's like, he's
rock
gonna
right
sing
now.
Aaron Neville, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I talked about it one time, and
One
Sam
time.
just wants to.
I
No,
want to make him sing Aaron Neville all the time.
it's not gonna
Which song?
happen.
Which song? Which song?
I don't even remember what song it was. Oh, what was it? Tell it like it is.
Sing it. Sing it.
Tell it like it is.
Sing it.
No, I'm not gonna sing it.
He's like, we didn't bring Kiko on to sing. We brought Sarah Jackson on to sing.
Right? I will say this though: if you go and she's there, she's one of the most positive people. I love that about you. You're positive about that. When people sing, when they're nervous, or just whenever, when they give it all, you know, especially if it's a song you like, and then you'll hear Sarah's yes.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta root them on. It takes a lot of guts, and of course, it takes
It
a lot
does.
of guts to get out there and sing. So you singing in the shower, sounding all good, singing with Rick James or Tina Marie, or
It's 'cause of the acoustics. It's
the acoustics
it's
in the
acoustics.
bathroom, and then you get to karaoke, and the acoustics ain't there.
They're not.
It's a whole nother beast. And people can be mean.
Now-
People can be mean.
Now I remember you singing karaoke at it was San Maria Inn. It was DJ Roger was there. He was doing karaoke, and it wasn't regular karaoke. It was like Friday, Saturday nights, or whatever nights he did there. Used to be like swamped.
Oh yeah.
Like
You would get in
hundreds
and
of
sing
people.
twice.
right, and
Maybe.
I was like, that lady's gonna be singing tonight. I already know I'm gonna go. People used to go just to hear you sing.
That's cool.
I know that for sure. I know that for sure because people be like, "Oh, we're going to have there's this lady, she sings there so good." And sometimes it'd be even before the bands. I think he'd do some karaoke nights right before the bands, and people would be like, "We're here to listen to her before we listen to the band." The band's just the extra part
Right.
tied into it.
The
but,
band is the au jus, okay?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's very kind.
that was like, I was like, oh my gosh, and it was walk in, it's so packed, and then
Ridiculous.
Sarah come on and sing, and then the next poor next singer who came. Hopefully it was the guy that did tequila, and that was it, because
The one
They
word
be
song.
killing the one word
Wow.
song, killing it,
yeah,
killing the game.
Why do people sing karaoke? I mean, I was gonna go into more like philosophical question, like why do people sing? Period. But karaoke. Let's just start there. Why do
Okay.
people sing karaoke?
why people sing karaoke? because more often than not, they don't get booed. I mean, there's times when, folks don't clap and folks will boo you, but, that's kind of a little hardcore. But, karaoke and singing is just like a form of relaxation. You can morph into being somebody else. You can pretend to be Beyonce or whomever you want. So for that little 3 minutes, you're not you. You're just kind of escaping into the music. And sometimes when you project that and present that, people escape with you. And everybody needs a little escape every now and then.
Yeah.
Life sometimes can be too harsh, too hard, and sometimes you just got to find a place to hide. And for me, singing, and I'm thinking karaoke for a lot of people, is a place to just chill, hide, kick it with your people, meet new people, sing new songs.
See, that
try
part
out
I don't
songs.
mind. It's just the singing part I don't get.
What?
But
But you're good at it, though.
but
So
there's a hardcore group that they go to karaoke like everywhere,
Yeah.
every night.
yeah.
There's probably a karaoke session going on somewhere tonight,
There is.
What's today?
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in slow.
Yeah, because they go to
Couple spots.
Vegas too. They do like Vegas trips to karaoke, the hardcore.
It's like a circuit, right?
yeah, it's a
It's
circuit.
a circuit. And
Los,
like
Los Alamos on whatever.
back then, like it was a crew of people. Like when there was Santa Maria Inn across the street, Shaw's had karaoke. So they would sing at Santa Maria Inn, and the whole crew would sing because it was like back to back to back, and then the last person go across the street, and then everybody would sing,
Oh,
and then come back. And by the time that you finish singing over there and get back, it was your turn to sing. Like it was the start of the
Wow.
group again. It was nuts. So we just back and forth. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was karaoke.
all right.
That is the answer to the age-old question.
Now we know. Now we know.
Now we know.
Giving out industry secrets.
So,
Industry secret.
so you're saying that? I mean, it feels like this thing becomes addicting.
Oh yeah. I call it the first time that people sing karaoke. It's like, oh no, I've never sang before. I call it popping the karaoke cherry. Pop the karaoke cherry. That
Pop
K
that,
cherry.
pop that. No, just kidding.
I've seen people like really horrible singers draw the most applause because they didn't give up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's one thing. It's something when a person gives up, like they just forget it. Like you know, but
It's a combination of things. It's a combination of they didn't give up. Maybe they didn't do the song well, but it was a great song. Or the people are clapping because they're happy that they're done.
We're so glad. We're so glad. Yeah, you're home.
Hallelujah, it's done. Sit your ass down.
great job.
Yeah.
High five.
You're only 8 bars behind, or 4 beats behind. You know those 4 beats behind singers.
Shout out to our boy Cody. Remember when Cody did what did he do? Oops, I did it again. No, he did Ain't No Fun, or he did something.
Yeah. Shout
It
out to
was
Cody
just-
Cole.
It wasn't the best rendition, but he made it fun at the end. He was just
Yeah.
had everybody singing along,
See,
just
that's what it's
helping,
about.
you know.
Yeah, it's like to me. Every time I'm at karaoke, I picture just because that was my time was always Showtime at the Apollo. You know, like they'd someone come up and they'd rub the little thing and say, "What are you gonna sing?" I'm gonna sing Barbara Lewis. Yes, I'm ready. And you're like, "Oh no, you're not." And then next thing you belt out, whatever. I'm gonna sing. Hey there, lonely girl. Then they're like,
Are you saying we need a hook? We need a hook at Swiss.
I was right. We need the little Sandman. And then for the people that sing the Mexican thing, you need that guy with the horn with the what's that guy? That Mexican show or whatever.
Oh my God! If only. If only. No. Some places, I don't know. Some places are better than others, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna tell you where, other than go check out my boys. I really like the people that show up to your night, or at least when I get there.
Yeah, they have good vibes.
Because I'm there kind of towards the end of the night because I get closing up or whatever.
Right.
So it's definitely cool vibes. You got people that sing cool songs that you know, there's some places that just want to depress the shit out of you. And maybe they got to deal with the bar like, hey, man, keep depressing these people. They're just drinking like mad. I don't know. It just seems like, why did we
method to
come
the
here?
madness.
And then you go, God, I hate karaoke nights
Mm-hmm.
because of that. Because it's not music you can relate to or just whatever. Somebody singing their poor...
Tonight's theme is sad songs for sad love. Like, who are some of your favorite folks that sing? And some of your favorite singers, Sarah, and then some of the favorite folks you like to sing their songs. You know, they don't have to be. You know, separate that question. It's a two-parter.
It's a two-parter.
Right.
He gonna make me think, y'all. Dang it.
You don't have to think, but or mention Stacey Lattisaw, even though Zap's in love with Stacey Lattisaw. Let me be your angel. But
Oh,
go
that
ahead.
song's a jam. I am an old head, like big time. I love old school music, like way back in the day. So, female singers. I love Whitney, Aretha, Patti LaBelle. Beyonce is I'm lying. She aight, you know. Jennifer Hudson, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. I seen her in concert last September, and that concert was insane. She sounded exactly the same. She was smoking weed on stage. She was off the chain. It was awesome. So
I think I sat next to you at a Maxwell concert. I just want to point that out.
oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Yes. I was losing my ish.
She was like, I was like, Maxwell was singing "Pretty Wings," and I'm pretty sure Sarah was fainting at the
I'm
row we were
telling
in.
you right now, if it wasn't for security, there would have been an attempted rape. I'm telling you. Love me some him.
Don't ever wonder.
Yeah.
Brand new asks, what are the biggest don'ts when it comes to karaoke? This could be like
the
both
biggest
you guys.
don't put the mic on your mouth, like, you know, even before COVID, you know, just seeing somebody.
They had mic wipes during COVID, like a lot of people. I was like, well, it's just, you know, it's a wipe. A wipe is a wipe, whether you're wiping metal or whatever. But I seen some folks, like the first day, I was like, I need to sanitize these things once they're all done, man.
You're just spraying, just.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I mean,
You
I
should put a mask.
those little like wide world,
Put a condom on it.
those little wide world of sports, those old big old.
Just get one of those nylon things that sticks out, you know, in your handheld. You just have a,
You've seen those bands with the sock. Bring your own socks.
Only the black ones don't bring white socks. it leaves stuff.
wow.
There's your answer, Brandon. He's like, what's the band?
Don't chew on the mic.
Don't chew on the
And
mic.
please don't drop the microphone.
Don't
I think I
drop the
speak
mic.
for Adept, one of our sponsors.
Yeah, shout out to Adept. Oh, wait, we got to do
our-
the logo. Let me drop the,
Right.
the sponsor
Segue.
logo.
Segue.
There we go. Shout out to Adept. And shout out to Micheladas Mata Crudas, 805,
MMC 805.
from Piru to Salinas.
and everywhere between
Hi,
us.
Ruth.
Piru? You can tell Sarah's like, I'm from
Already.
And shout out to Markov. You see those beats in the back. We got Isaiah, and shout out to Aunt G. And don't forget, just a reminder, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to subliminal message right here on the screen.
It'll be good for you.
Mini Kiko's, wait, where is it? Mini Kiko says
Hey,
subscribe.
subscribe right now.
Yeah, there you go. And don't forget, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts too.
So I interrupted your two-part question. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was something about Maxwell, Stacey Lattisaw, and licking mics.
I'm telling you. you put
Who
condom
is
on-
Prince? Oh, wait. Did
Hey.
Tell
you
us.
see that video when he was little? Oh, yeah. He
And-
had-
which is a dang shame because I call myself a Prince fan. I heard about it. I
no.
just
So
haven't seen
it just got discovered where he was 11.
Yeah, he was 11. They interviewed him for the school
The schools
teacher
are having a
walkout or
strike.
something, right?
Yeah. So the schools are having a strike or whatever, and back in the 70s, same thing happened. Same school district or whatever school, the teachers were on strike, and so they're interviewing kids that were there with the teachers in the background, and they happen to catch Prince. And the editor of the show or whatever, he just happened to be going through that, just trying to build like a bridge, kind of do a. This happened so many years ago. Now it's happening again.
Right.
And he saw Prince, and he just there was a point where he smiled, and I'm like, oh, that's
Prince.
That's
that's
Prince.
definitely him.
And then he turned around and his ass was out because of holes in his pants.
I seen the collage. They did it when he had the little Prince smirk or whatever. The
Yeah.
one where it's like Lake Minnetonka, Minnetonka or whatever. It was the same. It was like, wow.
That was, and then he walked around to everybody at the TV station, was like showing them the video. Who do you think this is? And everybody was like Prince. So then it was a whole thing about how he went to Minneapolis historian and then an avid like Prince fan collector, whatever. And so they both, and then childhood friends and just all kinds of stuff to prove that it was him. It was like, wow, it's pretty dope.
That's
It was a cool little story.
That's cool.
That was a little sidebar.
Little sad.
Sidebar.
Little sidebar.
Oh, and Prince. I love Prince.
Love Prince.
Love me some Purple Man.
What are your songs? What are your go-to? What are your go-to Prince songs? Since we're talking Prince, what's it? I might know, but
My go-to, as in listen, I'm like a B-side girl, big time. I like Free and She's Always in My Hair, 17 Days, stuff like
Yeah.
that. That B-side Prince, like you got to be a fan to know. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught in that top 40 of Prince, which is still very good music. But
Right.
that B-side, that Lady Cab Driver, and Computer Blues and all that other stuff. Yeah.
all right. Sarah's going deep.
I just, I just, it always in my head. It's
Yeah. she's
Dave
always in
Chappelle. No, Dave Chappelle when he was doing the Rick James
Oh,
story. They went to go play Prince
basketball.
in basketball, and what's his face said they were running plays. Darling Nikki,
Computer Blues.
just always
Pops in your
every
head.
time now.
Dave Chappelle done ruined everybody for life. You hear certain things and you just can't help but giggle, and you just like, Dave Chappelle's a fool. He ruined people for life.
Really?
Can't listen to nothing anymore. You just like, Dave.
Do you get people doing Prince for karaoke?
Yeah, some people do Prince. Some people do Prince, but karaoke. A lot of it is, I guess, standards is what I would call them, or new standards. There's a top 50 songs. People don't know there's a top 50 list, and that top 50 list gets hit almost every week. And I'm talking like almost every song on that list gets hit, and I guess some of it is, they're good songs. It's not that they're not good songs. It's just, I think, for some folks, they're like, I've gone to karaoke before, and I saw the reaction to this song, and I want to kind of try to get or mimic that same reaction. And some of it, they don't realize it's tied into the singer and the mood and all that other stuff, and not
Right.
necessarily the song. I mean,
And the audience you're singing it to,
Yeah.
so
I like karaoke because I know that some folks, myself included, we like to think we sing well, but we don't necessarily sing well. But
Zap.
but it's cool.
it's fun. It's all in fun, like for real. It's the only place you can go and like really let your hair down where people ain't.
Nobody does
talking about you
Backstreet
like a
Boys
dog.
like you.
Oh wow.
Bye bye.
Just stop. Just stop. Nobody does
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys like you. Come on, player.
Right.
Let's see you.
And nobody does Rick James like you.
Nobody does Rick
Oh,
James like you.
I did. I did. I came in one day. So okay, this is how the story started.
Yeah.
right?
So
Let's
you
just-
see, this
let's
is
go
how it
back.
goes.
Let's go
Sorry.
back. All right.
Wrote a song
So-
about it like the here it go.
Here it goes. I ride a fast.
So not to quote anybody, but I had a dream,
Oh wow.
Lord.
and I told Sarah about it. I said, "Man, you were in my dream last night. I had a dream that you and I did Fire and Desire for karaoke." And she said, "That's my song. Let's do it, Mom. Let's go." And I'm like, "No, it was
Like, no.
it was all a dream." You know what I mean?
Right.
It was a dream. Like, sure, in the bathroom, in the shower, I think I sound just like him.
Never let him live it down.
You know
Every
what I
time I
mean?
seen him, I was like, let's do it. Yeah, no, I just got here.
So one day I go into Louis B's, and she's singing the song with somebody else.
Oh wow.
I felt a little offended, but I can't because I've turned her down like so many times. Like,
She was Gina, and someone else was playing Martin that day.
And what's hilarious about it, he told me about it. He was all up in his feelings. I was
Oh,
like,
hurt.
I felt like I betrayed him.
Oh wow. He's
I
like,
was like, I almost can't believe you did the song. Like,
All in his feelings.
with me here too.
I wasn't there when the song started. I walked in and I was like, "Oh,
Crushed.
I love this song.
Just a little bit.
I love this song, right?"
Just crushed, just a
But
smidgen.
the guy was kind of, I mean, he was good. I'm not gonna knock nobody, but he wasn't me.
He wasn't me, Rick Jr.
So and I didn't pay no attention until I heard her sing Tina Marie's part,
Right.
and I turned around like, "That's Sarah."
Slowly. he turned.
Wow, Mikey, make it a double.
Mikey, make it double.
I betrayed him. I am so sorry.
Does that, so Sarah, does that happen? I know we're still telling the Fire and Desire story, but does that happen? Do you sometimes have folks say, I want to sing a duet with you?
A lot. A lot. A lot of people will say they want to do a duet. And I'll say, what song? And they'll say, you pick it. Like, no. You pick it. You pick the song. And so they'll go away, and sometimes they just kind of disappear because I think it's the alcohol that made them bold to
Right.
say, let's go ask her if she can do a duet.
Right.
And then some of them will come back with a song. I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess
They're
we're
like,
going to do it.
if anybody's gonna carry me,
It's
gonna be Sarah.
At least half the song will sound good.
Right?
Nah, it's fun, though. It's fun.
I got the first verse down.
Right.
Second and third, I'm gonna have to read, and I don't read so good.
Yeah, because karaoke is like that. You see people, like, everybody knows the hook, right? But then sometimes
Yeah.
they're like, just a small town girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Going anywhere.
And you know when the actual words pop up on the screen, and then you're like, they're thinking. You could see them thinking.
I have
Because
thought that
in
plenty of
in
times.
their
I'm like,
mind-
wait, that's not how the
The lyrics
song
go.
goes.
Especially like the funk songs are always like, like, how does that read? How do you spell that?
I did.
Ow!
It's like all these O's.
All these O's.
No.
How do you put lyrics and a note change in the middle?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you do like a hump in the type or something like that? It says OEO, but it's
Yeah.
supposed to be O.
Ow!
Ow.
Oh man.
Ooh, good times. y'all.
What about I struggle when there's like no TVs to watch the lyrics. There's some DJs, some karaoke DJs that
Oh yeah,
they just have their laptop.
Yeah, so you better know the lyrics.
Right.
Or you singing all in their ear over their shoulder.
Or you better hope they have the 17-inch screen and not the 13-inch screen,
yeah.
Yeah.
because
But you know,
You're like,
people
I need my
practice. People
glasses.
practice. You see people
Yeah, some people
practice.
do.
I mean, which is cool because then you know that they're serious about their business. You know, I get people show up with like, these are my lists. These are my this. This is what you know, and that's cool because you know at least they have an appreciation for what's going on. But I didn't know there's a whole. And you probably know this, Sarah, but I didn't know there was like a whole culture to it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like
More like a cult.
Yeah.
Not culture,
Yeah,
cult.
yeah, half a culture.
So let's get into it.
Oh, Lord.
You seen people have beef over songs?
Oh my God, yeah. You would think that they was the artist or the person that wrote it.
This
Like
bitch is singing my song. Oh no, she didn't. I
One-
come here every week and I
Yes.
sing this song.
one time I had went and it happened to be the Swiss and it was some time ago. And I went with my friend Dina, who does a lot of country. So like the crew that was there, that was their house. That there were
Right.
certain songs that they sang that nobody sang, and we didn't know. We were none the wiser. So my friend came in and she put in Gretchen Wilson, and she put in Redneck Woman,
Redneck woman.
and the whole corner of the bar stood up and walked out. And she looked, she's singing, and she's like,
Wow.
and I was like, their song. You sang one of their songs. And then she sang the song and sat down. She goes, what the hell was that? I said, we're in their house and you sang one of their people's song, and how they showed you that they didn't appreciate it. Half the bar walked out. I was like, that's cold-blooded. But it happens. It
That,
happens.
I understand getting upset, but that's a stranger who didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would do that if it was somebody who was like antagonistic who shows up every week and be like, I sing that song,
yeah.
so
and
why would you do that?
And I've seen also before somebody gets up and they sing a song, and then a couple of songs later, like maybe an hour, there's a person that comes in and
Sings
sing
the
that
same
song, but
song.
that person was already sitting there
Right.
listening to the person sing it the first time, and so they sang it again.
Yeah, it becomes like those singing competitions where they say, next up, Kay Diesel will be singing, whatever, and then followed by Sarah Jackson. She's also singing, and then they make you pick which verses, which it's like the verses,
Yeah, for
whose is
real.
better. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like both versions. They're different. They're not, one's not better. They're just different. But sometimes in karaoke, you're like, this one's better. I like that. Like, that first person killed it. That second person tried to sound like the first person or the other.
Be like, the first person killed it and the second person
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah, exactly. They both killed it in different ways.
They murdered him.
Angie's
Red rum.
Angie's in the comic. He says, fun fact, 17 Days was the B-side of Dove's Cry.
Yes.
Should have gotten more shine.
I love you, man. You know your Prince. I appreciate that for sure.
All kinds of facts coming in after that statement, right?
All the Prince lovers are just showing up out of nowhere. Appreciate you.
We're going to change the title. Sarah Jackson, with special guest Sarah Jackson talking Prince, and then it's going to just blow up.
Right? We chose the wrong title.
We'll put like a purple filter on this afterwards. No worries.
Oh, so you're also saying favorite artists, right?
Yeah, favorite artists. So who tell us about your favorite art. What inspired you? Some of your favorite artists, some of the people that, you're like, it doesn't have to be what everybody, your stuff.
Favorite artists and people that inspire me, like I'm all over the place. Like the Judds.
Right.
Like they inspire me. Though that mom and daughter combination, those voices, that harmony is sick.
Yeah.
Who else? Annie Lennox is another one. Annie Lennox is
She's
a beast.
badass. Yeah.
Lisa Stansfield, she doesn't get the credit she deserves.
Lisa Stansfield, Zapp's wife.
I take it that you like her.
Okay.
I take it that you like her.
Poco.
Stepping on a nerve.
So yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place. Pat Benatar, I know she's gonna be at Paso Robles in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna go see her again because she's a beast.
Yeah.
So and just, again like Jill Scott and Erica Badu and just anybody who inspired me. Like lately, I've been listening to a lot of Dua Lipa. That heifer can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She can sing. Joss Stone is another one that's just soulful and don't get the credit don't get the credit or the shine.
I
they,
think
they
Dua
really
Lipa
deserve.
is surprised to me, like songs that
Yeah.
I've heard. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
because
she
I'm
can
just not
sing.
expecting
She
it.
can
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
No, she did a remake of I think it's I'd Rather Go Blind, acoustic. Sick.
Oh, really?
Oh man.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, sick.
what have you heard? Oh,
Don't
Jenny
stop
6ix9ine.
Jenny 6ix9ine. Fire freestyle.
Zap sends us a link. Like, oh, okay, we know what's gonna be played next for the next.
I'm
couple
playing that on
months.
Friday.
I'm sure you are.
Along with some Dua and Lisa Stansfield.
Right.
There you go.
That would be Saturday backyard book.
Have I inspired you, sir?
Who are some of your favorite people to sing that are a little challenging? You ever challenge yourself?
Yeah, I always try to challenge myself. Whitney. I like to challenge myself with Whitney. Whitney is hard.
Why is it difficult to sing a Whitney song?
Because of the her range, where she can go from this deep low, and then she just shoots for the sky. You know, her range is like all over the place. Joss Stone is another one that I push myself to sing because it's a challenge because she has such a deep, soulful, sultry voice, and Joss Stone can barely do Joss Stone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
She makes it sound just so natural,
so
though.
simplistic.
Yeah, it's
so
just like
easy. So and then
Like,
you
that's
you
what you
singing
do.
it in the shower, like
That's
you
what
say,
you do.
singing
You
in the
just- you
shower,
just-
and then you get outside the shower and you just like.
What happened?
We lost the acoustics in
We
the
lost
shower.
all
Shower,
the acoustics.
shower acoustics. Shower
Shower.
Do re mi do re. It's not hitting. Turn my headphones up.
Right.
Turn them shits up. turn my heads up.
Add more reverb. They always tell me that.
Can we do that? Right?
They always tell me that.
If I go to your karaoke night, we
See,
better
that's
bring the
another Dave
headphones.
Chappelle.
Yeah, exactly.
Ruin everybody.
Well, it's not real good.
Right?
Put these on.
We
Put
did-
those virtual reality glasses
What
while
if
you're
you
at
did?
it.
What if you did karaoke and you had the booth? Just
Oh, right?
That'd be off the chain. And you hey,
You're
there's
right.
that-
I know.
there's something to
Hey!
it. Wait a minute.
And it
You
was on
record-
that
and you
day
record
that
first.
Sarah, Zap, and Kiko quit their jobs. And right? You already know. You already know.
And that was the day they became billionaires.
They went from wantrepreneurs to entrepreneurs.
from the Mixtape podcast to the producers.
There we go.
That would be funny. Do you just do a mock-up booth? People would love it.
Yeah.
And record them.
Oh my goodness.
And record them.
And have
What am I
them pay
doing here?
for
I'm
it.
out. I'll be back.
Thank you and good night.
Start building it. I worked all night on this. It's finished.
Oh man.
Who else? You're like your challenges. Whitney Houston, Josh Stone. Who else was it? You mentioned one more.
It was Whitney Houston, Joss Stone.
No worries. We'll rewind the tape at some point.
Right.
I don't recall. Yeah, but I do like to challenge myself, especially when people come up to me and say, "Hey, can you do this song?" And I'm like, I kind of really don't know it, but I kind of know it. But they were like, "Can you don't?" And then I'll get up there and do it, and either I sound like shit or it sounds decent.
But I see that you're always willing to do that. But is there some songs that you're like constantly asked to sing that you're like, I don't sing that song. That's not my song, and I'm not going to sing it because you know what? Not because I don't feel like it, or not because I couldn't sing it, but I just don't want to do it.
Tennessee whiskey.
Basically, that falls under songs I hate.
Yeah.
That I hate to sing. Even though I love Whitney, I Will Always Love You. I hate that song. Because back in the day I used to sing it, and so everybody's like, sing it.
Right.
It's Raining Men is another song. Death
All right.
to Smoochie. No, I hate that song. Cheryl Lynn's To Be Real. I hate that with an absolute passion.
Right.
Hate that song.
I hated playing that song.
Did you?
Yeah, it's
To Be Real?
it was recorded really high. So a lot of DJs, if they're not paying attention, they'll play it, and if you're already redlining, then you're super redlining, but it's the highs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a squelching sound. Like if you're in the audience, like I've seen people just been like, right? Because she's hitting some high notes.
She's hitting some hard notes.
But it was recorded really high.
Mhm.
And so you have to, as a DJ, you have to turn it down, or, you know, I don't know about the remaster. Maybe the remastered edition might be better, but the original edition, even on digital file, it was just like, the album version was like, oh my God.
Even
like-
dogs was like,
It's like your speakers are bleeding right now. So are my ears.
The
Like,
clunk of the
stop.
tom drum or whatever. Don't.
There's a few that we
don't.
used to be like, dude, turn your highs down right now.
Right on.
That was one of them.
I'm glad I got an amen from the choir.
Yeah. Name some more. Name some more. Give us some more songs.
More. Now let's see what else. Those are pretty much the top ones.
The top ones.
Yeah, whereas people just like, will you sing that? Will you sing that? Will you sing that? I'm like, no. And that would be the only time that I would tell somebody, nah. I'll buy you a drink. No, I already have one. Thank you. Thank you. I have one. Thank you. I appreciate you being on top of my beverage consumption, but I'm not singing that song.
I would assume that having those songs, though, thrown at you kind of left field, make for a more interesting night as opposed to. And I'm just looking at both of you.
Well, they
because
don't ask me to sing nothing, Kiko. So you're looking at her.
No, but I'm saying for you to hear something new or different,
Yeah.
that's what's got to be like
Right.
interesting about it. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be like, oh, cool, something different. You know what I mean? Like, if I hear this song again,
One thing I know about Sarah, for sure, that I know something that like it lights something, a fire light bulb goes on, is you bring a 80s night to this lady, and I'm not talking like, you know, just your regular, you know, your Billie Jeans and your Doves Cry and your, you know, like a virgin. I'm not talking about that. No, I'm talking you start throwing some, you know, I know Sarah likes the Pretenders. I know she likes the Motels. As she starts going in, she'll be like, "What's this song?" And I'm like, "Is it Voices Carry?" And she's like, "Yeah, that one." It's that, or it's, you know, and you start throwing out stuff like that, and she just starts. The wheels start moving, right?
Round and round, yeah. Like we had 80s night the other day at the Swiss, and man, I went in. I'm singing Kaja Gugu, Too Shy, and
Right.
Big Mountain, and yeah, I was all random. Everybody else was kind of doing like, you know, your regular top 40, and I was
Right.
like top 40 80s, and I was just like B-side.
Yeah, exactly.
B-side broad.
It was moving. Now, I know. Well, it's not in the chat, but I know someone. I told someone we were having Sarah Jackson on tonight. And what has Sarah Jackson ever recorded? And you know, like to make a single, an album, EP. I don't know if it's called album anymore or whatever. Have you done that? Have you thought of doing that? Is that something that you're remotely interested or I'm totally interested in?
Totally interested in, want to do it, have done it. I've done, my brother, who was a minister of music, had a studio down here.
Right.
So he never paid me. Charles, just saying.
Oh,
Now
shout out to CJ Jackson.
yeah, I'm just saying, Charles. So he would have me do, like, everybody that came in, I was doing background. Did he pay me in sandwiches or coins? Nothing. But, you know, I would do sandwiches.
We have similar brothers, I see sometimes. No.
So I've done recording, but I've done recordings for other people doing their background. As a matter of fact, I did some recordings for Mr. Dominator.
All right.
Yeah, so, and this was like way back. There was I came across Dominator, and he had a guy who needed someone to do some background for him. So,
Right.
and so I just, you know, I just went, and I have just gotten over a cold, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna sound. So the guy was happy, and he goes, "Let me pay you." And I go, "No. When you get rich and famous, just remember me."
Right.
So, I don't think he got rich and famous, and if he did, he forgot a sister. Just saying.
On the credits, it was like me and Kiko with Johnny Gill with the finger snaps. And then Janet Jackson out.
No, but I did plan on doing something in the future, that was the plan. Now I feel like it, since my brother solo passed,
Right.
so everything's kind of been backburned a little bit, but that is the plan. Me just trying to move forward, maybe doing something in the future that's solo. Like I said, we need to talk.
Yeah.
And just doing some recording. I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. I've been writing for years, so I have a lot of written material that has no music. So if there's any music people out there,
Yeah, you better be careful. You're gonna get your stuff's gonna end up blowing up. You're gonna
Get
have a
in
whole bunch of
contact.
folks.
Right. Speaking of
well, come
which,
on.
how can people get a hold of you?
I have a
Facebook.
Facebook and I have an Instagram. So Miss Sarah Jackson.
Miss.
Miss Sarah Jackson.
Miss Sarah
And
Jackson.
My close friends call me. What they call me?
We call you Miss Sarah Jackson. Just kidding.
I was like,
They call me Sarah motherfucking Jackson.
Sarah, mother,
Thank
Sarah
you,
Mother
Lorene.
Father
Okay.
Jackson. That's right. That's right. We do though.
I'm
But
sorry, Miss Jackson.
Woo. Oh, that's another song I hate.
Right? I'm sure you do.
Can you sing a
What?
song?
So
is
that
that
one and Janet Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, can't stand that one. Oh, anything Jackson in it.
The Jacksons. What's that 1977 album, Kiko? Because I know you're into 77.
And it's on his vintage side over there with
Right.
what's his name?
Benny King.
Benny.
I
Over
do
there
know.
with Benny.
I do know you like Misdemeanor. Not Missy Misdemeanor, but what was who sang Misdemeanor? It's funky.
Oh, that's something Silver.
Foster
Silver,
Silvers.
yeah.
Mhm.
That beat is tight. I'm telling you, that beat.
That's a
You
top,
know what? Honestly, I might have to find out who's who with that music because I would love to do a remake on that. Just
Yeah.
that beat is tight.
That's the top secret. Sarah Jackson, DJ Zap knows about that song with her. Everyone's looking it up right now on YouTube. While you're at it, hit subscribe.
Right.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Well, you put us on pause. What song do you like hearing her sing?
Me and Sarah have done some shows. She was kind of like doing some interim solo stuff. So we were doing some shows together. I was lucky enough to I still have it on my hard drive. It says Sarah songs on it, and it's a list of songs that I know Sarah just likes to do. It was like her choice, and
It was so much fun.
yeah, we had lots of folks showing up to those shows. I think.
That blew my mind. I was like, y'all come to see me? Like,
Yeah,
really?
she did some shows over at the winery, and it get packed. Oh my gosh! I think thinking back on that list, I mean, she would do. I'm kind of like an old head, so I like what she do. She do Heat Wave, and I knew it was like. A lot of people, and I'm not talking Heat Wave like Always and Forever. I'm talking who sings Heat Wave? Like a Heat Wave.
The Vandellas. Somebody.
Yeah,
Martha and the Vandellas.
Martha and the Vandellas, right? So something like that. For our old school folks, you do Mary Jane Girls in My House, and that was just like, boom, 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 boom. As soon as it started, everyone
It was up and dancing.
Like, oh, it's party time.
yeah, it was party time. But then, I mean, I know Sarah likes that Etta James vibe sometimes. There's a song she always asks me for, and I never have like the backing track for. I can't remember what it is, but it's some song you constantly asking.
Sunday Kind of Love by Etta James.
Yeah, there you go. And I didn't have the backing track for it, and I was like, oh man, I didn't have it, but I want to hear her sing it. I know the song, but I don't have the track for it. So I was looking. Then I throw a couple out there that I want her to, sing for me. Everyone else, if they enjoy it, well then
Right.
fine.
You.
That's all them.
that type of stuff, you know. Then we sing some newer stuff. Not always like it was always throwback. There at that time it was like some Alicia Keys songs were in
Yeah.
there. What else was in there? There's, you know,
I tried to mix it up a little bit because like I said, I'm an old head. I can just sit and listen to old school like all
Right.
day. But you know, but I like newer stuff too. So it'll be a blend. If I move forward on the single, you know, doing solo, it'll be like a nice little combination of new stuff and old stuff. But what's great about it, it's songs that I really like and I enjoy singing. So I'm not in a position where, you know, I'm outvoted. Like in a band, you're outvoted. Okay, you're singing this. You gotta sing this because, you know, this is what we want to do as a cohesive group. I mean, like, we ain't too cohesive because I don't want to do it. But yeah, so.
It went from Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike to just who was first to leave? It was Bobby left first.
Bobby left
first, and then it was Ricky.
Yeah.
And then the other three just said, "Bill, Biv, DeVoe, lock arms, let's go."
I thought Ralph Tresvant was gonna leave. I was like, oh, that's a Ralph Tresvant song, even though no, he didn't leave though. He was like last.
He was the second to leave.
Wasn't he? Was he? Yeah. Yeah.
He was. I told you I'm an old head.
I think he was.
Sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
To look. Throw up. It's a podcast. I could throw out
Well,
facts and
I mean-
apologize later. No, just
Well,
Just blame it on your guest.
because then
She
they
started
had
it.
what's his face?
Johnny Gill.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he came in to replace Bobby,
Yeah.
and so they were still.
Yeah, they were still
New
good, but
Edition.
but then after.
And then I think that was after.
That was the Any
I-
Heartbreak album.
I think I think after Bobby was having success with his albums, then that's when Ralph was like,
well, if he can do
"I'll
it,
break out." Yeah, and then
Yeah. We're gonna have to do a New Edition show. I could tell you.
Johnny had his, and then Bell Biv DeVoe were like, "All right, well let's."
you know
Let's do
Johnny
our thing.
sang with your girl, right?
Yes, I know.
Stacy Lattisaw.
Yeah,
They got a couple of duets.
Right, and that's the thing is, you know, they brought Johnny Gill in, but he was already established. Like people who are R&B people already knew about like Johnny Gill. They were like, oh, he's joining the group. Why? You don't really need to join the group.
Right.
Yeah, he could stay solo on his own. He could hold his own.
Do you remember that movie? They did that
Which
New
one?
Edition movie.
I saw a New Edition.
So-
the documentary.
Wasn't a choice between him and I'll Be Sure, or no?
I don't know. I was watching the part where Bobby was busy doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to be doing on the tour bus, and they kicked him off. Man.
I mean, I don't know. I could just be putting that out there, but I thought that was the choice. It was going to be either I'll Be Sure or Johnny Gill.
I don't know, man. I
And
just
then they went with Johnny Gill.
No, I remember that Video Soul interview they were doing or whatever when they were like kind of like mad at each other, and it was obviously money. I mean, I think Bobby. I'm positive I saw an interview with Bobby Brown saying money split 5 ways versus money split 1 way is there is not a choice, right? That was what they pretty much at one point was definitely a you know, money thing. I don't know where Maurice Starr is at and all that, but I'm sure he cashed out early, right? Didn't he cash out early before Low Silas and all that? He's like Popcorn Love, New Edition, like that New Edition.
Yeah.
Popcorn
Was that like
Love.
80?
That's like
That's
4,
hilarious. I haven't
83,
heard that
84.
song in
that's like
eons.
early. That's like pre-Candy Girl, I think, somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere around that time, right?
It's like
Yes.
83, 84.
Yeah, pre-Candy Girl for sure.
But yeah.
I'll be playing that in Saturday Backbar Boogie.
Anything else you need to ask, Sarah?
Everyone wants her to sing, not sing, but sing. Sang with the A and
I don't know if I can
we're not
sing
no
right
pressure
now.
though, no pressure, but
I'll only try to sing if he does.
I'm not even gonna
Come
try.
on, man.
No, this is your time to shine. My time was
We
last.
shine together.
Last
My
week.
time was last week.
You said you should have took a picture and a video. huh?
Somebody did. See, this is the problem.
Did they?
This is the problem.
Someone
Somebody
filmed it.
did,
Tee-hee.
and they didn't get me, but it was me singing, and
You
literally.
were so irritated by it.
Literally 5 minutes after we were done with the song, I get hit up. Are you at the Swiss doing karaoke?
Can't go nowhere.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Right now? What?
They
And
had
I
a
started
track.
looking like who
Who?
had, and it was the two girls at the bar, and you know, shout out to Belle. Like, that's cool. She, you know.
It was on her story. It's on her snap, right?
Something, right? And she
Yeah.
didn't get me. Like, she didn't
She got
feel,
the
but
s-
she was just, it was a
She
background.
didn't get you, but
But
she
it was
got
my
you.
voice, and so it was just it got watched by somebody, and they said they called me out real quick, and I'm like, I hate this town.
This
It's too
teeny
small.
tiny.
That's why you that's why you gotta go do karaoke like in Pismo and
And
Solvang.
somebody would still video
Oh
you.
yeah,
and
I'm
you'd
sure they
still get hit
would.
up.
Look at this big motherfucker singing Rick James. I'm about to laugh.
Stop it. You're not as bad as you think you are.
Oh,
You was
no,
holding them
I-
notes, brother.
I-
You was holding them notes. You
I
doing
was,
it.
yeah. It was fun. It was
It-
fun.
it
It
was
was
fun.
cool. It was
It was
fun.
fun.
I'm not gonna knock it. It was
I think I
fun.
redeemed myself, from betraying you weeks before singing with somebody else. Having my singing affair with somebody else.
I was like, oh, it's over.
He goes
Like,
like,
I don't like you anymore.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we're done.
It's over, B.
Oh wow. Well, we want to thank you for joining the podcast. We know I don't want you
Absolutely.
to sing if you don't want to sing.
yeah.
And I'm not even sure
It would-
what
would-
we could get away with on YouTube,
Ooh.
and we definitely
And-
don't want to violate that. And but we do want to thank you
Oh, for sure.
for coming on our podcast. It was fun
Absolutely, it was fun.
chatting it up,
Yeah, we
talking karaoke. And
talking
you answered my
karaoke.
question. You
Sure
answered
as
my
fuck.
question. My question was, why do people sing in the first place? But you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I understand. I'm not as hard on it. It's more just jokes.
Right.
It's a,
You
it's
know.
a stress reliever too. You know.
I
It
always
is.
say when we have a guest, I always say, what's one thing you want the folks out there to like? Something you want to make sure you get out tonight. Like you're like, I was going to be on the show. This is what I want to talk. I want to say at least this. I want to make sure something, kind of like that little reminder. I don't want anyone to ever like leave the show. I always it's one of my last question. Everyone say, I just want to make sure I say this. I've said, what is it you really want to say? Since the internet's forever.
The internet is
Forever.
Forever?
Forever.
Right.
So, last words from me. What I want to say is I love music, and I do plan on doing something solo very soon. So, you guys stay tuned. Like I said, I'm writing. I just need to get the combination of people together, whether it's start a band or, just have a couple of pieces or just get out there and record. So that's coming. It was-
Producers.
producers, management. So
Right.
that is my desire, my dream, my goal. Like I said, with some of the band members passing, it kind of like everything just kind of got shut down.
Right.
So just moving forward, trying to look for the right people and the right pieces and the right components and the right time and the right thing, and just go out there and hit it hard, do it big. So
Right.
y'all just stay tuned. You'll be seeing Miss Sarah Jackson out there.
And
very soon.
the city loves you. So any shout outs, anybody you want to
That
be.
is true.
Any shout outs? Okay, so shout out to the 805 in general. I always, even when I, was singing, stepping out and singing with my own band, always gave shout outs to the 805 DJs. So you guys, all the way, down south to DJ J Scratch. That's my boy. We go way, way, way back.
We seen the default picture.
Did
Kiko's
you?
like, I'm going to put my hand on top of the J Scratch. You think I'll be J Scratch tonight?
No way. I've known Jay Scratch way too long.
Yeah, see, everybody knows J Scratch. I don't know
Yeah,
J Scratch.
J. That's my boo. That's my boy. We go way back. He calls me his day one because it's like me and like a other group of friends that we just all grew up, and I knew Jay when he used to be out on the DJing with no shirt on, scratching with his foot.
Oh,
you know?
right on. Right on. All right.
So like
right.
that's back in the day. Yeah, I'm telling on you, Jay. Just
Yeah.
saying.
We're going to have him on and tell those stories.
On and shirtless.
On his shirt.
He'll probably do it.
Oh yeah.
Wait
He'll
till it
probably
gets a
be
little
like,
warmer.
Sarah's
summertime.
lying. No, that's a day one right there. That's the homie. So shout out to all the DJs, DJ Sherman down in Oxnard also.
Oh,
you
what's
know.
up to the Sherman?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
So big ups to all of y'all, and of course I cannot forget my daughter. So hello Jessica. Shout out to my daughter Jessica if she's watching, and you know, the whole Central Coast. So thank you for having me. It was fun.
Cool.
It was fun.
Yeah, don't forget
Make
it.
sure to look her up on Facebook and on Instagram. Miss Sarah Jackson. There has to be a pause, right? No? Miss, pause, Sarah Jackson.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, it just sounds like it. Miss Sarah Jackson. That's if I was going to introduce you, that's how I'd introduce you.
I like that. It,
Right.
it has a kind of Don Cornelius feel to it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That
yeah,
Soul
okay.
Train. The Temptations.
Oh, there you go. Exactly.
Somebody give me a skinny mic.
Skinny Mike.
I want the Don Cornelius skinny mic.
Right.
Let your hair grow out. Get
With
that
the
fro.
fro,
Get that
with the
fro.
fro.
Get that big old
With the
bozo
fro.
tie.
Right. We
Get
need,
it in.
we need the board with the jumbo letters.
Right.
Oh man.
All right. Well, we'll
Y'all
see you Wednesdays.
Yes.
Wednesdays at the Swiss.
Wednesdays.
I'm sure you go to other
No,
places too.
yes.
I always
Yeah.
see you different places, but that's the one place I'm gonna plug because I need to get a rib plate soon.
Right. Someone buy this man a rib plate. Someone
get
buy
a-
this.
We're
You
looking.
can get a real plate.
we're
Swiss,
still
Swiss,
looking-
Swiss,
we're
Swiss,
still looking for
Swiss,
sponsors.
Swiss,
Right.
Swiss,
How much for one rib?
How much for a
How much
rib?
for one rib?
How much for one rib?
Don't forget to check out Zap this Friday, Saturday. He'll be at Cheeto.
Kiko Wednesday Rancho Bowl.
Bowl.
Right.
Catch him
Yeah.
playing smooth on
All
me.
right. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Ruben and
Yeah,
Aunt G and Brand New and everybody that commented and
for
threw
sure.
them up. So
Shout
thank
out
you
to our
guys.
sponsors too.
Everybody on the
Adept,
replays, Adept Entertainment,
MMC
Adept
805.
Adept Events. Sorry, not
From
Adept.
Pyru to Salinas.
And everywhere
Pyru.
between us.
Pyru. Shout out
Get
to
your-
Markov.
Get your crew that mattered.
Mad.
Mattered.
Get it all mad.
They murdered them.
Yeah. And don't
Mark
forget-
off.
Yeah, and don't forget
You better stop
subscribe.
We love you.
Oh, I have something that says, "Oh, rest in peace, DJ K-Slay."
Rest in peace.
And don't forget, when you see this logo, you could always click and do the Sarah Jackson right here. Miss Sarah
Look
Jackson.
at this guy. Quick on the draw.
Click on the draw. Look how pretty
Not
that
fast.
pink is. I
Right.
like it.
Follow
I
that
think
link
I, I
right
think I'm
there.
gonna take
Mixtape
that pink
Podcast
and that
805.
Special guest. Sarah
Have a good
Jackson.
night.
color. Yes. Good night,
Peace.
y'all.
Peace. See you guys. Who's the guy with the big forehead?